The film opens by introducing a beautiful and intelligent girl named Jamie. Her life is almost perfect, especially because she has an ideal boyfriend, named Danny, who is also in the same school as her. Their relationship is harmonious, and they seem affectionate both at school and outside of school. At that time, Danny invited Jamie to go home, and there they intended to make out in Danny's room. But not long after, Danny's mother suddenly came in and scolded Danny. She told Danny not to date first and asked him to focus on school. Long story short, their school was visited by a new teacher named Miss Molly Matson. In everyone's eyes, Miss Molly seemed like an ideal teacher, friendly, attractive, and caring towards her students. However, who would have thought, behind her seemingly perfect attitude, she had hidden intentions. Just for the first time teaching, she had shown that she was interested in Danny. One time when Danny was behind in class, Miss Molly asked him to go to her room and teach him alone. It was clear that Miss Molly was really interested in Danny. Even when she came home, she asked for Danny's cell phone number, and Danny happily gave it to her. Miss Molly also increasingly sought to find out more about Danny through his biodata at school. She even often paid more attention to Danny via text messages. A few days later, Miss Molly gave the test results, and she congratulated Danny for getting the best score, while Jamie felt something was strange, because this was the first time he got a bad score. He met Miss Molly and asked about it. Miss Molly said that those were the results of Jamie's test. Then Jamie met Danny. He warned Danny to be careful with Miss Molly. It seemed like she was interested in Danny. Hearing his girlfriend's advice, Danny calmly answered that Jamie didn't need to worry about it. Jamie's suspicions were true. Not long after Miss Molly met Danny and invited him to go home with her. Danny followed Miss Molly's invitation, but instead of going home immediately, he was invited to walk around until late at night. Danny even ignored Jamie's phone call. Until finally, Danny was almost tempted by Miss Molly's seduction. A few days later, Jamie and Danny attended a party. They enjoyed the night until they finally found an empty room. Danny, without hesitation, tried to seduce Jamie. But when he wanted to make out, Jamie finally realized and rejected Danny's invitation. Upset because he failed again, Danny finally left Jamie alone. And not long after, by chance, Miss Molly contacted him. She said she wanted to ask Danny for help to fix her broken car, even though it was just an excuse, so that Danny would come to her house. After helping Miss Molly, Danny was invited into her house to clean his dirty hands. There, they looked at each other, and Danny began to feel something different, as if there was an attraction between them. Slowly the two of them got closer. Danny dared to come forward, and Miss Molly did not reject him at all. That night, Danny finally got what he wanted, even though it wasn't from Jamie. Since then, Danny and Miss Molly have gotten closer. Jamie is often annoyed by Miss Molly, because her test scores always get low scores. Plus she often sees Danny and Miss Molly together, making her even more annoyed and jealous. On the other hand, Danny and Miss Molly are also often together, and of course push rank to glory wherever they are. At school, the two are also often seen together, making Jamie even more suspicious. Until one day, his suspicions were confirmed. Jamie secretly followed Danny, and Jamie was surprised that Danny apparently stopped at a house who knows who it belonged to. And how surprised he was! It turned out to be Miss Molly's house. Jamie also caught them having fun making out there. Danny, who realized that Jamie was there, immediately chased after Jamie and tried to apologize. But Jamie's heart was already broken. The person he loved had betrayed him. After that incident, Danny tried to keep his distance from Miss Molly, but Miss Molly kept contacting him, and she asked him to continue their relationship. One night, Danny invited Miss Molly to meet. Miss Molly was very happy with the invitation. She thought Danny wanted to get back with her, but Danny's goal was to really end it all. Not accepting being left, Miss Molly did something unexpected. She deliberately stepped on the gas until Danny died. After that, to cover his tracks, he secretly came to Jamie's house and made it seem like Jamie was the one who did it. An investigation was carried out, And sure enough, Jamie became the suspect. He was taken to the police station for questioning. Because the evidence was not strong and his parents guaranteed Jamie was finally able to get out, but was put under house arrest. And he had to wear an ankle bracelet so that the police could monitor him. After that, Jamie did not remain silent. He began to look for evidence of who the real perpetrator was. He was suspicious of Miss Molly, and with the help of his mother, he began to monitor Miss Molly. Jamie's mother also managed to get into Miss Molly's car, and found evidence that the car's GPS passed the same road and the same time where Danny was found. Until one night, Jamie bravely went to Miss Molly's house to look for evidence. There was an argument between the two, and finally it was revealed that Miss Molly was the perpetrator. Not long after, the police came there because they found out that Jamie had left the house thanks to the device installed on Jamie's leg. Miss Molly tried to escape by attacking the police, but Jamie managed to hold her back, until finally many police came and Miss Molly was arrested. Instead of regretting it, Miss Molly seemed happy to be in prison with her orange dress, while Jamie managed to graduate from school and was accepted into his dream university. And the film ended.